Chapter 3. At the Research Institute. Tyler left home with a feeling of complete resignation, a sense of complete doom. Do whatever you want with me or my body. I don't care anymore. He was accompanied by 2 police officers who had patiently waited for him in the car. They hadn't changed positions, one behind the wheel, the other beside him. Spotting Tyler, one of them whispered something to his partner, and both turned to watch the approaching Nixon. Tyler silently slid into the back seat. The car pulled away. 15 minutes later, they arrived at the academic district, where several research institutes were located. The van stopped at the imposing porch of one building. From his seat, Tyler couldn't make out the sign above the entrance. "Please, only not some virology institute," flashed through his mind. He didn't want to hand over his health to viruses. So, what's better? In which branch of medicine is being a volunteer safer? Had he been wrong to agree to become a test subject? "We are here," announced the driver. Tyler jumped onto the asphalt through the automatically opening door. One of the officers said to his partner, "I'll bring him there." The other nodded. 2 men climbed the stairs. Tyler read the plaque. Institute of Speleology. What? Speleology? How was he supposed to help cave scientists? Inside the door was a spacious hall with a cloakroom and a wide staircase leading upstairs. A security guard approached them and, upon seeing the officer, paused with a questioning look. "We're here to see the director," said the officer. "Should I call ahead?" asked the guard. The policeman nodded. The guard went to the phone. A couple of minutes later, a short professor hurried toward them, his glasses bouncing on his nose. He energetically shook hands first with the officer, then with Tyler. "Can I go?" the officer asked the director, like a schoolboy. Yes, the professor assured him. "We'll manage." He turned to Tyler. "Come with me, Mr. Nixon." The officer seemed to exhale in relief and disappeared. "My name is Joe Butler," the scientist introduced himself. "I am professor of speleology, head of the Otherworld Project. Let's go to my office. I'll explain everything." On the 2nd floor, Butler pushed open the door to his office. It was an ordinary business room, a desk, computer, printer, telephone, stationery. "Please, have a seat, Mr. Nixon," offered Butler. "Thank you, Mr. Butler," Tyler replied. "You can call me by my first name. I'm more comfortable that way." "All right then, Tyler. Now, I suppose you're wondering why you're at the Institute of Speleology?" "Yeah, something like that. The judicial system has given people convicted of economic crimes the opportunity to serve as volunteers. We sent a request to the police describing the kind of person we needed." "I think you're perfect. Did you play sports?" "In my childhood and youth," Tyler answered. "Not so much as an adult work family." He faltered, remembering that he no longer had a family. "I understand." Butler nodded. Tyler felt that the professor knew about his loneliness. Perhaps that was exactly why he was chosen. Nobody would cry if something happened to Nixon. "So how exactly am I supposed to help science?" Tyler asked, with mock sarcasm hiding his thoughts. A smile flickered across Butler's lips, but immediately his eyes lit up with enthusiasm. "Have you heard of the Labyrinth Cave?" "Yes," Tyler nodded. The question struck him as odd. The Labyrinth is one of the most dangerous and impassable caves in the world. It stretches for hundreds of square kilometers beneath their country and underground kingdom filled with grottos, canyons, underground rivers, and unique wildlife. Less than 1% of its territory has been explored, and it's not the fault of scientists' sites, the cave itself, that makes exploration nearly impossible. Butler told him about the cave and the story of children who went missing there a year ago. They had recently been found, claiming they had entered another world. "Do you believe in parallel worlds?" the professor asked. "No," Tyler answered honestly. "And that's a mistake," Butler exclaimed. Recent events confirm that one should never categorically say no. Anything is possible. We probably wouldn't have believed the boys either. But one of them had a mobile phone with him. Of course, the battery died quickly. But the boy didn't lose the phone. He recharged it when he returned. We saw the photos. There's no such landscape anywhere near the cave. That can only mean one thing: parallel world, concluded Butler. Sounds like science fiction, Tyler muttered. Would you be interested in such a journey? To a parallel world? Butler asked. Me? To a parallel world? Tyler exclaimed in surprise. For now, just into the cave, Butler reassured him. We will prepare you, equip you, train you to survive. You'll have a radio, and we'll track your location on a map. The professor pointed to a map on the wall. A huge, shapeless gray spot marked the unexplored territory. Will I be alone? Tyler asked. Unfortunately, yes, sighed Butler. But you won't feel lonely. You'll have round-the-clock communication person on the other end, ready to answer any of your questions or receive your SOS signal. What do you say? Does he not understand that I have no choice? Thought Tyler. But aloud he said, I agree. You're doing the right thing. Butler was delighted. Let's not waste any time. You're leaving today. The professor made a phone call. Some people rushed in. A flurry of activity began. Instructions were drilled into Tyler's head. How to behave in a cave. What to do. What not to do. Then they made him wear a waterproof and insulated tracksuit over his own clothes. They showed him how the radio worked and how to turn the flashlight on and off. And that flashlight was special. It could run for 1,000 hours or more without ever losing power. The scientist solemnly shook his hand and escorted him to a police van, which, as it turned out, had been waiting for him all along.